I love those parts where he's like, the arsonist had oddly shaped feet.
Albatross, apples. So we're live / recording it and posting it very soon. What's up?
Nothing much, man. Just trying to deal with a cold. It's freezing again today. But this happens. I feel like in the South, it's like a rite of spring. Like it's been warm for like the last 2 weeks. It's been in the 70s.
But it's like 30 degrees outside right now.
Yeah,
it's not the rite of spring.
Well, but
it's like the end of winter.
But I feel like that's what happens in the South. We get a tease like at the end of February and the beginning of March, kind of, and we'll get these perfect weekends, and then Mother Nature just has to kick us in the dick one more time. They're like, nah, you're not done yet, motherfucker. Here's 4 more days of cold, then you can have spring.
I like we just had a conversation about cussing on podcast, and you started off with Mother Nature's kicking me in the dick.
Yeah, well,
classic. I just like it. Yeah,
that's
how I feel about that. But I'm throwing it all out the window. What is this forum?
Yeah, I said I'd work on the language. I didn't say I'd perfect it. It's a work in progress here.
No, but you're right. It's especially Oyster Fest, man. Like 2 weeks ago, 75 degrees. That's like the throes of fall, spring, like the perfect time to be in the South when it's not too hot or just annoyingly cold.
Yeah. But it happens all the time in the South. Like every year, there's one last middle finger that's like, nah, you're going to be cold for 4 days. It's going to rain. It's going to be cold for 4 days. And then you can have your spring. But I'm going to remind you one more time how much winter sucks.
Well, I rolled outside this morning and, I have a long sleeve shirt on. But as I kind of walked out, I was like, I need a jacket, but kind of running late to a meeting. So you're like, yeah, I'll be all right.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. And then I get fucking sick because it got cold again, all over again, and a cold snap, and then got hot again. But it does mean spring's...
The perils of being Ken Magness.
I know, it's tough life. Okay. But it means spring's right around the corner, so...
Yeah, that's true.
That's legit. Once you get past these 3 or 4 days...
I'm pretty excited about that. I feel like it's going to be a very productive summer. And I was thinking about doing hot yoga today. Is that weird?
Mm-hmm. That is weird. Why would you... One, what inspired you to do yoga, and 2...
Well, I think about getting older.
What said, let's turn the temperature up on that?
Well, then I was thinking, if I'm doing yoga, I'm doing the hard yoga, which is hot yoga.
I don't know that it's harder.
But you're going to burn more calories.
Hotter. I think you just lose water weight.
You don't think you get more flexible as you get hot? I mean, that's like kind of natural stuff. The hotter you get, the more flexible you get, right?
But I think that it's more... Yes, that is... I'm sure has some scientific grounding, but what I think happens at hot yoga, I think it's like all a big scam. Like I feel like people go and they do hot yoga and they're like, holy shit, I lost 3 pounds today, and it's all water weight. And like it's bad, but then they got that immediate gratification of getting on the scale. So yeah, I did hot yoga and lost 3 pounds. Well, that's not how yoga works or working out. But
you feel
fire
better.
away. Well, yoga makes you feel better.
Squeeze into those pants. You're like, hey, what's happening today? Hour of hot yoga. I'm one more belt loop in,
So what made you want to do hot yoga?
First off, there's a place like next door. So I thought about, can I go and sneak out and do hot yoga and hit back in here and get some more work done? Then I thought about getting older, get more flexible. What's going to give me the most premium performance in athletics? Like playing tennis, recreational stuff. I'm not trying to be a pro.
What's going to make me the premium athlete and recreational
At 32 years old, yeah.
I mean, I get the flexibility. I don't get the hot yoga part. That sounds miserable.
Okay, well, if I said regular yoga, does it matter?
Yes, it matters.
But I'm also being truthful. The hot yoga, I was like, ooh, hot yoga.
That part sounds awful to me. I think I'd throw up.
It'd be like a sauna, though.
Yeah, for an hour.
So I was looking at the website. It's the Cater Yoga. Is like I said, next door. Haven't been yet. I was looking at it and totally geared to the chicks. 100%.
I think most hot yoga is.
Well, I think most yoga studios would be too, right? Women and kids got a big youth. Is there a big youth movement for yoga right now?
I don't. I think there's a big movement for kids to actually do something, and I think that's maybe an.
But yoga. Come on, imagine going to stretch as a 9-year-old.
No, I just think that shows one, how little kids are getting out of the house and playing with their friends down the street. You don't need to stretch. You need to go play with your friends. Learn to be a human in society. You should not get your exercise not talking at 9 years old. And 2, I think it's just, we also just want, I think as adults, it's cute for us when kids do adult things. We put them in adult clothes. Look at my kid in this little bow tie. And I think that's just, no 9-year-old's having fun at yoga. And if they did, it's because you let them watch too much Bravo TV.
It's a group event or something like that, so they're probably going to enjoy it because they're with other kids that are doing the same thing. It's like a team.
I feel like the other kids at yoga are probably awful.
Yeah, those kids suck at yoga.
No, not that they suck at yoga. I feel like they're probably just sucky kids. I gotta go to yoga class with Dylan and Harper, Chase.
There's no yoga championship.
Blue Ivy.
And hey, please comment below if there's a yoga championship. I'm intrigued now. But is there a competition where it's these are the best yogaers of the yogis?
I think they're called yogis, yeah.
I
doubt it.
That's not bad. I corrected myself. I knew it was yogis.
But I just don't... what about yoga would be fun for a 9-year-old? So you're a 9-year-old. What do you like? I like big flashy things. I like cartoons. I like toys. I have a short attention span. I like to pinch people and run away. And hey, but for an hour of your free time, why don't you do everything that's the exact
stand still
opposite of that? Yeah. Be focused.
It seems like oil and water a little bit.
Yeah.
But okay, that being said, what's intrigued me about going over there, it's, first off, it seems pretty you're making a statement. You're walking in there, you're the dude in the yoga class, and I don't know if I'm ready to do any of that. It seems intense. Hey, what's going on today? Hey ladies, we're just ready to get the sweat on. I don't think I speak that. Good vinyasa.
I don't think there's a single scenario where I run this where you don't come across as super creepy.
And I'm really
unintentionally.
And I'm really not trying to. I'm just thinking of hey, I could do yoga over there once a week, run home a little bit. There's a Decatur boxing gym down here. Right? I think that's cool. And then I thought about, Drew, are you trying to be an MMA fighter? No,
right.
No. I'm just tired of being in gyms. That's really the kind of the whole. I'm just tired of going to do the. What are you working on? My deltoids.
Oh,
Magness. I really feel I need to pack on when I'm watching Pumping Iron or something.
Oh, you're tired of the workouts. I'm tired of the gym, and just the gym itself. So I don't know what the etiquette's like at a yoga studio. I imagine it's probably a little more chill, but lately I've just been exhausted going to the gym, period. Not because of the workout or anything like that, but people at the gym, I feel have truly become awful.
All right, so I did the gym pretty heavy about 2 years ago now, year and a half maybe. I mean, we're talking about I had a good 8-month run where I was in there 4 or 5 days a week doing the whole gym shit.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you think is recently making you feel this way? Why? What's in your mind right now that's annoying about you?
So I think there's today. It's today I go to the gym, right? And I want to get a workout in this morning because I got to get to work. And
so you're going to you're a morning guy.
I'm trying to get it in the mornings, and so because you think there's not as many people there.
Yeah.
You're just and start my day off right, trying to fit it into my schedule better. So go to the gym in the morning.
How responsible of you, man.
And but here's the thing, so I'm trying to get in, get workout in, and get out. And it's not I'm training for the CrossFit games. I just want to look normal, right? And so
you want to slim down, you want to get in shape.
Yeah. Oh, so I just want to get
ready for those honeys.
Yeah, I want to get in, get out, And everything in that gym, it seemed like, it's just in my way of doing that. Like, what is there, like 6:30 this morning, and people are like in between sets taking selfies of themselves. And I'm like, move the fuck out of the way.
Yeah.
Like, I get that it's 2018, and if you didn't document it and put on 18 social media platforms, it didn't happen. But seriously, you're working out. It can't be that, like, that is just 100% hubris and pride. Like, here's a photo of me, like, working out.
I've done it.
I'm working out today, so just go ahead and make a middle note of that. Ken Magness worked out today, world. And secondly, it's a subtle, like, hey, check me out. Start a fucking Match.com account and move. I'm trying to get to the treadmill. Like, I don't...
like, I'm a married man, but I started my Match.com account just to show off to the ladies.
Right,
that's it.
Like,
I'm not going on dates. I just want everyone to see that I'm at the gym.
And the funny thing is, it's like you'll see posts that like don't match up to like what they were doing that day, right? So it's like some girl like totally turned with her ass to the mirror and like, you know, just highlighting that she's not wearing underwear that day, and then the post is like biceps and triceps. It's like nothing you did highlighted that. Like if you were flexing your arms and making guns.
So was it the picture? Or they're categorizing their workout Instagram pictures the incorrect way.
No. It's the whole thing. It's like you don't need to take.
It's like arm day.
Right, if they were like flexing guns.
A bicep, yeah.
But
it was like
it's just a place you don't need to take a picture. Unless you are like a professionally sponsored fitness model, get that paper boo-boo. Other than that, get the fuck out of my way. Like this is not a place you need to take a selfie. And like because it doesn't prove that you worked out. It just proved that you were at the gym. Because half of those people, like, I don't think I ever saw you do anything.
That's always what kind of gotten me with the social stuff a little bit. I would do, like, for example, I would take the picture of, like, me running on the treadmill, like the weights or something. I sent it to you just to rub in your face that I was there and you weren't. 100%. Like, my goal is to literally make you feel bad. It's the mission. Now, post, and I can do that instantly. Flick it out, take the picture, send it to you effortlessly. There's no hashtags, there's no thought, there's no filters. I like that. Like the instant gratification.
There was a woman there today.
Oh, but doing it on all the platforms, you got to do all the writings. I would have to tag you and then it would take me a minute to do it that way, 2 minutes, nothing crazy. First, my 2-second move. That's what I can't. That's why I've never really gotten into it as much.
Well, there's a woman there today at the gym who, shit you not, is standing in front of the weights that I need, and she stood there for 5 minutes, posing in the mirror to take the right gym selfie. And then on top of that, when I said, after 5 minutes, excuse me, ma'am, can I get to those weights that you're posing in front of so I can actually do what we're all here to collectively do? She got offended.
What did she say?
And she was just like, I mean, sorry I was in your way. I was like, that's the correct verbiage.
Was she hot, though, at least?
She was hot. And of
so
course,
was it a ploy?
Like, people, only people who are super in shape are taking gym selfies. Sure. Like, nobody's starting that fitness journey.
It's a transformation story, but knowing that transformation happens in the bathroom by yourself, without laughs on your naked on the Statue of Liberty. Like, look, I've made it.
Before picture.
And you're a lot more public now.
That before picture is always taken in the bathroom, probably like a Twinkie bar by the faucet, like, in shame, bad lighting.
It's like, I must change my life.
Yeah.
Twinkie on the commode. Hashtag Twinkie commode.
No one starts that fitness journey posing with Snapchat filters. Like, this doesn't fucking happen.
It's like, what happened? Freaking out. Can't find the right filter.
And that's what's insane. Like, the really in shape people are now throwing on a filter to make them even look thinner. It's like, now you've accomplished that.
Maybe it was just today, but you know, gym life didn't really bother me too much getting out there going. It was a time. 100% the time for me. Just get in the car, get out there, 30 minutes later, get back.
No,
that process when you can just, I mean, I almost rather just do like squats and push-ups in the office before I leave. Like I value my time more as I'm getting older. And like I said, I'm not an old man by any means. But you start realizing it more. Like I only have so much time in my day, not time in my life. I see it that way. You know what I mean? Not to get too crazy with it. So taking 2 hours to do what I could do running home, I'd rather do pull-ups on the trail than go in there and, I mean, what am I trying to do here? Like, I'm not going to be a fitness model. It's not the life goal. And I definitely don't have the discipline to do it if I was the goal. And, okay.
Yeah.
And just to look good.
You
like,
lost
hey,
me at abs are made in
wow.
the kitchen. Like,
and then what do you always say? Like, that dude's jacked or that chick's hot. Spends a shit ton of time in the gym. It's funny. I think that would do. Maybe it's because you're just like, damn, that guy's jacked. That guy's ripped up, right? So you'd be like, probably spends all the time in the gym.
No.
Like, oh, well, what are we doing? We're sitting here podcasting, drinking beers.
Well, we could be. Yeah, we should.
That was a funny joke, man. He probably spends all his time making jokes, drinking beers with his bros.
We should. You're right. We should be lifting while we do this. Like, as we should just be doing curls while we talk.
If we can do it, we will make it happen.
No, to me, it's like seriously. And maybe it's just a nightmare day at the gym, but it's not. Like this happens all the time. Like I go to like the dip machine, like the dip rack.
Yeah.
And I'm like, there's a guy.
Work on the triceps.
Totally.
Get that horseshoe going.
Yeah, right. There's a guy leaned up against it. Shit, you not leaned up against it, talking to a girl. Like, I could train you with that. Like, you're not a trainer. You're just hitting on this girl. And that's fine. Hey.
I think that's a problem for
But then I'm like, hey, are you using that? Do you mind if I use that? And he's like, oh yeah, I am using that.
I'm gonna do a lot of them.
No, you're not using that. Like, you're clearly not.
You're talking.
Right. You're hitting on this woman. And that's fine. Just get the fuck out of my way. And he's like, no, I'm using that. And I kid you not.
Even at 6 o'clock, though, in the morning?
Yeah. And like, he, kid you not, jumps up on the thing and does 2 dips.
Just to hey, I'm still claiming it.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, you done now? And he's like, no, that's just 1 set. I was like, 2 is not a set of anything. There's no max.
That's a weird day, though,
I think
to get the aggression back twice.
Yeah.
That's what would make me probably feel like you feel,
And you feel like it must just be your gym. But that's not the case. Like, I've been to, like, LA Fitness. This is my local gym.
Maybe you're not doing it right, though.
The gym, right?
I've never had one person say, hey,
I should be more passive-aggressive, apparently.
Can I jump in there real quick?
I should be creepy and hit on
women. And everyone's
women.
like, can I jump in there for a set? What do you do? You're like over there, I'm going to need this for 30 minutes. I'm really going to cut up these tries.
The guy's using it.
I mean, if you want to go grab a chisel, I'll be working on the tricep.
And that's what's insane is, like, if I were like, hey, can I use this? You should look at me and be like, he's obviously not going to...
You're probably, like, full sweatsuits going on with, like, full ear headphones and be like,
no.
I'm going to need to get on that real quick, man.
No. I'm just like, can I use that? And if you looked at me, I'm clearly not going to use that for very long. Like, you can look at me and be like, he doesn't have that many dips in him.
Like, how many you got?
I would let me on there just to take an over-under bet. I'd be like, 4 max. This fat fuck's done
you'd
at
move,
4.
You'd move making fun of you into the hitting game with the girl.
Right.
What,
yeah.
5 maybe?
I turned around like, how much do you think this fat ass can do? I was even on the dip bar. I got 4. What do you think? Higher or lower?
As you roll out, be like, 6. Pimping out.
Right. And like, I'm too sweaty and tired to like hit on a woman there. I'd be like, fine, sir, but she's all yours. I just needed to get those 4 dips in.
You never heard that works. The people you hear that it works for are like the gym gods. Like the women who are just like, you're looking around and be like, shit, she's in here all the time. It shows she's hot.
Yeah.
Same thing with the dudes. There's those people who are like lifting the weights and just like, and you walk up like, what are you eating, sir? Like,
Whey protein.
Whatever, right? But either way, it's like you live that lifestyle. You're in there all the time. They say, "What's up, Drue?" as you walk in the door.
Yeah, that's true. But they have a nickname for you.
You jump in the swimming pool. They hand you the towel when you get out.
Yeah.
That's not how I work. I sneak in the door and they're like, "Hey, your membership's expired, sir. You need to we need a major credit card or get the hell out of LA Fitness.
Really? When that happened? 2 months ago. And
you didn't notice.
You would know that if you had come in here in the last 60 days.
I lost my credit card, working at Crunch.
I've been traveling a lot for work. That's why I haven't been here at the gym. Oh, that's
sure, it shows.
I think I saw you at
It shows, sir.
I saw you.
Do you want me to get the first aid station ready for you?
Yeah.
You look like you're going to be in trouble.
Yeah. As I pull out my credit card and the receipt for the Mexican place next door falls out. Like, no!
It's for my protein tacos.
Yeah, I only have the guacamole. It's healthy fats. But
I mean, I just got over going, honestly. And for me, it didn't bother me too much because I always tried to go on the times that there weren't a lot of people. And, you can get I'm surprised you're having that issue that's so early.
That's what's weird. I thought it was weird that it's early, but normally that's like...
I think kind of run in the middle a little bit. You feel good. I mean, there's nothing better than getting up and going, getting it out.
I think that's why it's bothered me more this time.
You want to start working out in the mornings?
Huh?
I'll go back to the gym for you. Got you.
No, but I tell you who I am jealous of.
We'll go get those. We'll go to the tricep machines. The dip machines, the two ones that look at each other. So we're gonna need that. Why? Both sides.
I think there's probably a market for that though, because the other thing I see at the gym a lot now is couples working out together, and I feel like I think it's awesome for those people. You doing something, building your relationship. I think it's great, but I think there's also an element, those people show off a little bit, like, we're here together. And so if you just built them equipment that,
tandem equipment?
Yeah, so, if the dip bars, came together so they did dips and they extended and then kissed, right? Or if,
Oh, you're annoyed now? You're sitting there and there's all these people, kissing and tandeming workouts around you. You're like, what am I doing?
Well, then I'm
already single, and now I gotta go find someone
that would motivate me, though. I'd work out harder. I'd be like, you better lift, you lonely bastard. Die alone. Look at these people. They're all happy as shit.
I said, why is that guy alone? He has no rhythm.
Yeah, they've got their endorphins pumping. They're gonna, how they're gonna release this tension? You're gonna go home and watch cartoons.
All right, real quick. What are we drinking on? These Pop Tops?
I think so. No, I have a bottle opener. So we're drinking New Belgium Citradelic. So it's an IPA.
Citradelic?
Yep. It's an IPA but is kind of that new brand of fruity IPA. So it's fruity on the front end, and then you get the bitterness of an IPA. I think it's fine. I think I'd like it more if I were a funny girl named Megan. I'd probably like this beer more. It's not for me.
It's sort of a weird balance on it. It's like because it doesn't taste like a frou-frou beer. Mm-mm. They're really trying to push the
IPA part, yeah.
The IPA part, but it's like a weak fruit. The tangerine, it's not a powerful enough fruit. Yeah. It just kind of becomes this is going to sound really weird. I feel like I'm drinking white.
The color white?
The color white. I'm using the color white to describe a taste.
This is the mashed potatoes of beer?
Yeah. But bland mashed potatoes. It's a bland fruit beer.
The box mashed potatoes.
I probably should have said bland, but I used white. I felt that was strong.
I don't know what the occasion is that I would be like, what I really could go for right now is that New Belgium Citradelic. Because it's not fruity enough to be like, oh, it's an IPA, so I'm not going to sit on a porch this spring and drink it all summer, but it's not so it's not fruity enough to do that. It's not IPA enough for me to be like, I want this with food.
Every week we do this, I'm not even a big beer guy. It's not, I like them, whatever. They usually give me terrible hangovers, so I choose to drink, light beer or just straight liquor. Scotches, maybe. Scotch hour. It would be a lot different conversations.
This podcast would go really different if it were 6 Scotch minimum.
Yeah, we just click, click, click. You're like, what happened? I said, well, they didn't finish the first one. They didn't finish the second one. This third one was going strong. Then they hit the 50-minute mark, and it went down.
The third one's 14 hours long, but half of it's just them snoring in their chairs.
And everyone the next day at work was saying, why do you keep wearing the same clothes every Friday?
Yeah. But it's fine. I just don't know what.
I just like trying the new stuff. So, even though it's not the favorite of what we've been drinking, Abraham Lincoln beer, what was that one called again?
brew free.
Brew free.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like if I were a different person, I would like this beer. Like, if I were a woman named Megan, who were the funniest girl in my group, and like maybe I wasn't all that popular.
What Megan in your life has been the funniest girl in the room?
Not in the room of my group.
In the group,
yeah.
Like,
I don't know.
That damn Megan, she's a hoot.
Yeah, everybody loves Meg. Oh, Meg. Like, but like
you watch one too many Family Guys.
No. Well, yes, maybe it is Family. This is the kind of beer that Meg Griffin would like. I think if she were like adult Meg Griffin would drink this beer. I think. Like,
all right.
See, guys, I'm drinking this Citradelic. It's great. It's phenomenal. It's really not Meg.
Yeah. I mean, it's all right. It's beer.
But yeah. I mean, but I will say on a different note, you know how I'm really at the gym jealous of, and like hopefully one day I'll just have this self-confidence, is old guys in the locker room who just walk around with their junk out, just no problem. Do
you really want to be that free?
I think, yeah, I do.
I think it's a different level. I think it's almost like it's either complete and like naive, like, because I mean, getting older sucks. I don't look as good as I did when I was 20. That's a fact, right? Everything kind of just doesn't look as good. So maybe you look good for your age. Maybe you still look good in your 30s, your 40s, your 50s, your 60s. Man, he's looking incredible for 100. I can't believe he runs or walks or whatever. I don't know. I think it's more of they're fucking with you.
They're ignorant.
No, they're fucking with you. They're not ignorant.
They're
at the gym.
This old guy's like...
They're active.
Yeah.
Lazy people are the ones that are, like, ignorant.
Like, do you think
these are the active people that are like, watch this. I mean, they're laughing at all their friends at the VA clinic. Like, and they're saying, like, hey, you know what? So this one guy, I saw him losing his mind today with these people taking all the social medias. You know, it's always the social medias, or they're on the Instagram. They're on the Facebooks.
Yeah.
And then he tried to go do the tips. He only did 6. But anyway, so I was like, you know what? I'll put my junk in his face back in the... He walked in there, and then I could see him just feeling uncomfortable as hell. Yeah. Having a big, jolly laugh on the whole matter.
Or they just keep, like, a pool, like...
I bet you won't go do it.
Who will get...
You're like, what's his name? What's a good old-timey name?
Cecil?
That's good. Cecil's good, but, like, even better, it's like, oh, man. Walter's good. That's a solid one. What's up, Walt?
Just crazy Walt walking around with his dick out. I think they probably just have a bet that's like, who can stay around naked the longest? Like, who gets tired of this?
But,
and is like,
I mean,
all right,
it seems like it's going to happen. Like, I hope we're still doing this when that happens. I'm 60 and 70, whatever the age that really when it flips. And I'm just like, you know what?
Where you're just like, I'm not in a rush for anything, even to get dressed.
But then you think about, like, why aren't you at the Y? Because, I mean, the Y is, I mean, there's discounts there. You pretty much work out for free at the Y if you're over a certain age.
We know why they're there. They're there to stare at the girl who's taking the fucking Instagram photo. Like,
I guess.
Well, I'm
in 2018, you gotta go, I don't get that. You gotta go gawk the chick from her social media platform.
You got nothing to do all day. You gawk all day. That's what you do.
Steam room, go up there.
Yeah, you woke up that morning.
Eat a banana, go back out there and be like, you know what? Sandra comes in at 3.
You had to pay the lawn guy today. That's like all you had. That's all that was on your schedule. 15-minute block. Pay the fucking lawn guy. So you just go gawk all day. They probably left there and like went to Hooters.
I couldn't imagine like walking through a gym. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what I'm doing in there to actually get results. I can go and get through the whole process without looking completely ridiculous. And, you know, arguments about what's the right way to work out, what's not. But you walk in there and be like, okay, put the bar on there. I'll slap some weights on there. I'll push it up a couple of times. I guess I feel like my pecs would look better, whatever. Versus just going in there and be like, hey, I can't lift the 45-pound bar. So I'm going to skip that whole section. I really focus on
free weights.
I really focus on the walking to the treadmill.
Mm-hmm. And
but I pay for this.
And this public hot tub.
This public hot tub in the middle.
We were relaxing with my buddies.
That is not a nude hot tub.
We were relaxing with my buddies Walt and Cecil. Just stretch out with our dicks out. What? Sorry, ma'am. I didn't know we couldn't get in this public hot tub naked.
Well, you can, sir, but just not in the women's locker room.
Right. Well, sorry. Thanks for letting me get that out there. Now I feel better. Now I'll go back again tomorrow.
All right, what else you got?
We got it out. I know. I think what you wanted to talk about kind of goes into something I wanted to talk about. You wanted to talk about the SpaceX program, which I think kind of goes into something I wanted to talk about. So what do you have to tell me about SpaceX?
All right. Well, first off,
that evil villain Elon Musk.
He would be a supervillain, right?
He's a Bond villain. He is a Bond villain.
Yeah. I even like how he does all the public speaking stuff. And he's not great. He's not a terrible public speaker by any means, but it's always like he's like, let me. He thinks about all the answers, so it doesn't come off as like you're not inspiring because of your speech. Your speech. You're inspiring because you're doing all this incredible shit.
Rocket in space.
I can do the rocket. It's cheaper. It's just such an analytical mind. It's incredible. Like he's like a spirit animal.
Everything he does has like an evil villain twinge to it, though. It's like, what do you want to do? Rockets!
Rockets into space?
Yeah.
To be American, take over America, be America.
Yeah, everything that he's doing was the plot of a Bond movie.
So, they recently launched the first commercial satellite in a very long time. They're probably not the first one to do it. Which was the PASS satellite. It's a company called like Abyss, what was it? His Descent, which was the maker of it.
Probably not around.
Probably, that's exactly what it was. Actually, I said that so beautifully, I'll probably be sponsored by them. So I looked up what the satellite was. It was like a geothermic satellite that was looking at the wind patterns and stuff. It's just cool. That's cool. That's cool to me. I don't know. But anyway, so he launched it on the Falcon 9 rocket, that was the first commercial launch after they just launched their sort of creme de la creme, which was their Falcon Heavy rocket, which are 3 of these Falcon 9s sort of put together. So they call them 3 cores. And on top of that, it's a big spitter of space U.S. shit to stuff. So it looks like a big dick. But on top of that dick, it's the payload. Literally the payload.
Right. So I should start calling my junk the Falcon Heavy.
Yeah.
All right.
Did you enjoy that, the Falcon Heavy? And she's going to be like, nah, it's more like the Falcon 9. You're more of a single engine guy.
Falcon 5, let's be honest. And it landed. It went pretty well. I read over this a little bit. It went pretty well. Only the middle part landed in the.
It's funny you bring it up.
In the middle of the ocean, going 300 miles an hour.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people follow it, but even outside just the launch and just talking about just the launches and just what is SpaceX, which is cool. I love the whole damn thing, man. Have you seen the broadcast?
Not yet. I looked at some of the images of it.
But have you seen any of the broadcasts? Even when they just done the test launches where they took the Falcon 9 up and just landed it right back in the same spot?
Yeah, I did see that one.
But you saw probably the clip.
Yeah.
That's how most people consume it. They'll look at like a Twitter handle or something like that. Mm-hmm. Well, if you watch the whole launch experience, which is like almost like SpaceX YouTube or whatever, it's like roughly an hour and a half. They do the broadcast 1,000 times better than like what you think about with these launches, which is like the NASA broadcast.
Yeah, it's on like the closed circuit.
No,
TV
they have like all these
channel.
young rocket scientists, and they're usually pretty attractive people. Like you would put in like a TV show.
Yeah, because
they're like, hey,
Bond villains only hire attractive people.
Like, hey,
we've learned this from the Bond series.
I'm Drue Malone, aerospace engineer, and very, very smart, intelligent person who's also really good looking and really good at public speaking. Let me tell you about the rocket that's coming up right now.
That I helped design.
Yeah. See that rocket booster right now? Let me tell you about that. That's my section of the rocket. You know
what would have been great if it would have been like when they blew up the Georgia Dome and had Marta Bus pulled right in front.
I think you just made a channel right
in front of the camera and missile thing.
Go find demolitions. Right, blowing up buildings, just demoing stuff, and do a whole broadcast around it. We're here at the what building is this again? The Brown Building, 3024 Main Street. what do you think about we're going to blow the shit out of this thing today? And they're going to be like, this is a ridiculous broadcast.
I don't think many people would tune in.
I tune in. They're hyping it up the whole time?
I mean, I guess.
No?
Well, yeah, but I think there's only but that's one of those things to me. It's like, I wouldn't need that much hype. We're about to shoot a rocket into space. Like, guys.
Okay, getting back to the subject matter. I'm with you. With the broadcast, it's cool though. So you can obviously skip all through it. So it's all geared to be like highlighted into where it happened, where they separate it. So like if you watch the whole thing, you can watch it in like a school class, and it'd just be a whole rocket engineering class in a weird way, like the whole process. They'll explain everything, whatever. Then you can also kind of go through it and just watch it for like the highlights. It's cool, and it's like it's kind of sort of made to be like exciting. So like the climax of they build it like kind of a show, and the climax of all of them is them landing the stuff. And then you land it, like man, they just flew back those things and landed them around the platform, these drone ships and shit. It's like mind blowing. It's crazy shit.
I'd also like to be as rich as Elon Musk. I read like the Center Park crashed, and they're like, that's pretty good success. 2 out of 3, not bad. And it's like that was billions of dollars that just crashed in the Atlantic Ocean, and it also like ruined the drone ship that was like supposed to go retrieve it. Yeah. So it's like there's another $1 billion. They just flushed like $4 billion down the drain. And Elon's like, overall, pretty good day.
Well, I mean, okay. First, they launched. Well, with the Falcon Heavy, they launched. What they launched? They launched Starman.
Yeah, nice. That's a nice Bowie tribute, by the way.
Oh yeah, but it's the most. It's like the greatest PR move ever. It's literally a Tesla Roadster with an astronaut waving, looking over the cosmos.
Martians are gonna love Tesla,
and like who's ever
gonna see it?
But who's ever gonna match that? No one owns a rocket company. Hey, will you launch my my Ford, Fiesta in the air with my guy waving? I'm gonna promote the Ford brand. He's like, no, build a rocket company. No one's gonna do that. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Just the amount of money to launch that stupid car because it was a test flight and they were just proving a concept to launch the first payload they did, which was like a month later roughly. Like it's so stupid.
That's how you know you're like a billionaire though, when you're like, it would just be awesome to be able to do like shoot my rocket off. Also, put my fucking car in it first.
It also was like
the rocket doesn't go off without the car.
This made me laugh. It was an older car.
It really wasn't like the 2018.
No, it was like a 2006 like Roadster. I mean, first off, still a ridiculous nicely car. The Roadsters. It's above all the ones people buy. Those are like the supercars, right? So they do that and they're like, give me that old one that, that's sitting in the garage in my third house.
Yeah, it's probably
what are you doing? I'm going to launch that motherfucker in space.
You think he's like
shut up, Elon. Come on, you've done enough. No, seriously, we're ready. No one wanted to buy the first one because it might blow up. And this is an outdated model.
Do you think that's how he like punished his kid? Put him on restriction. Like he'd been threatening enough. He's like, Elon Jr., I swear to God, if you don't do your homework, I will shoot your car into space. Yeah, whatever, Dad. Fuck off. Son of a bitch, I'm Elon Musk. I do what I want. Dad, you shot my car into space. Damn right I did, because I'm Elon Musk.
It'd be tough to be his kid, though.
That is going to be a bitch weird for you to start driving it.
I mean, this guy, the best quote about that guy I've ever read was one of the rocket engineers said, hey, how's it feel to work for Elon Musk? And they said, if you had a time, especially he's an aerospace guy, so aviation, all that shit's in his blood, right? So he's like, if you had the chance to go back in time and work for Howard Hughes, would you not go do that? So that guy, with the pedigree at least, with the rocket science background, considers this guy like a Howard Hughes type. And it's true. I mean, self-made too, where Howard Hughes really wasn't. He got inherited all that money. But the innovation was unreal.
Yeah.
Like, my favorite Howard Hughes story is once he got in that terrible aviation crash, you can Google it if you don't know what I'm talking about, or watch the movie with Leonardo DiCaprio. It's when he was in the hospital bed, he wasn't comfortable ever, so he designed the modern hospital bed. So the modern hospital bed today is a design from Howard Hughes that he did because that's just how the man's brain worked. Like, he was there, he's like, this sucks.
Yeah.
Go make that for me. So he made a prototype with hydraulics, and it's the same it's the same design type that we use today, from a guy who just wrecked into a Hollywood Hills in a plane. It's like, it's crazy. You know?
There's a unique skill to be able to be that singularly focused, like that insanely driven and focused. That, like, most people laying in that hospital bed would be like, oh, this is kind of uncomfortable. To be able to have that switch, that gear that's like, this is uncomfortable. The hospital bed must be redesigned, and I'm the man to do it.
But that's how I think too, right? That mindset.
You're a regular Elon Musk.
No, that's not what I meant. Like, I think like you think, which is like, hey, I'm gonna revolutionize this today. That's not how it worked with that guy. He was there. It was a shitty situation for him, and just because he was dealing with that situation, you got the modern hospital bed. That's Howard Hughes, at least, and off the crazy too, and the ego. And there's, read the story, read the autobiography if you want to read that. But could you imagine being that person? Like, you don't even know you're that person. You're like, I'm walking around and be like, this beer can is too cold. I'm gonna reinvent the beer can that's hot and cold at the same time with my mood because of today, and I'm annoyed.
Right.
I mean, that's who that guy is, and it's ridiculous. It's cool.
Yeah, I saw a video the other day from Elon Musk that kind of gives me mixed emotions because, like, the fruit bears out, and it was just
the what?
The fruit bears itself out. His results bear themselves out because he's super innovative.
Oh, you said the fruit bear is out. I was like,
no, that he was talking, and it was like a TED Talk type thing, and he was like, "It's all just about hard work," and I was like, okay. And he brought up this really good point. He was like, if somebody's working 40 hours a week and you work 100 hours a week, by the time 6 months have passed, you will have worked an extra year more than them. And that's how you beat everybody. And I was like, your story bears that out because you were like sleeping on a couch in South Africa. But also, like, that's just an easier story to tell on the other side of that journey. Like, you just outwork everybody. Yeah, or be a super genius. Like, let's not eliminate that stuff along the way.
If you're asking...
I'm just a simple man who outworked everyone. Elon, you put a rocket into space carrying your own electric car. You're not a simple man who outworked... My grandfather was a simple man who outworked everybody. And you know what he became? The fucking foreman of the Ford plant. He didn't have his own electric car company and space shuttle.
Okay, think about it. Okay, if you're... But think about it in your space. If you're the foreman of the plant and you work the hardest, you're probably going to be the manager of a plant, right? True. If you work normal, you'll be the foreman, then the VP foreman, whatever. It's a bad example. If you're super genius and you work harder than everyone else, you become rocket guy and car guy and revolutionary guy, innovation guy.
Yeah.
If you're, you know what I mean? So, like, if you're just normal sales guy and you work the best, you'll be the best sales guy.
Sometimes I just think it's crazy.
So I do think you have your place, but I still think that's good advice, though.
It is good advice, but it's just consider the source sometimes to me. It just makes me chuckle a little bit. Anytime I hear someone like Kobe Bryant or Elon Musk or Bill Gates, when they come on and say, it's all about hard work. Nah, it ain't all about hard work.
So it's all going off people who are
you worked very hard, and that was part of your success.
Well, going off people who are super rich. So, like, Jeff Bezos just became the richest person ever.
120 billion.
Yeah, I thought it was like 112, 130
billion dollars.
And so one of the questions
he's jacked and he doesn't have to go to the gym anymore.
He's not jacked though. That's one picture. You talking about the one with him in like the vest?
Yeah.
I like Jeff Bezos though. Ha ha ha! Yeah, he had that weird laugh and sort of that crooked eye a little bit.
It looks like the lead singer from Motorhead.
You just imagine just Jeff Bezos in like high school. He's like, You make a joke. You're like, that math equation looks a little sideways. Ha ha! You're like Jeff, like fucking Jeff. Jeff's $100 billion.
No one called him Jeff though. They're like, his name in high school was for sure fucking Bezos. Like,
I think he changed it.
Fucking Bezos.
You read about this?
No.
Maybe he didn't. I want to say that he has like a surname that's different than.
Oh, that it's not.
That
he chose Bezos on some algorithm.
He's like, this will make me very rich.
And this is super intimidating.
But okay, so you talk about Elon Musk, right? The reason he's a fun billionaire. Same thing with Jeff over there. It's not really the money at this point. It's more I think this shit's cool and I just want to see it happen. That's you can tell because everyone talks about how that guy he's working with these people on the floor, sleeping there with them and all that crazy shit they're doing, right? Then you got Bezos on the right side, and he says stuff just as ridiculous, like, I believe in work-life harmony.
Right.
Maybe you had it a little tough in high school but that guy seems like a nice enough guy that he probably didn't get like bullied.
Yeah.
Because he seems friendly and he seems like there. So he was a Wall Street guy making a shit ton of money. He didn't start Amazon in the garage in Seattle poor.
Right.
He went with a strategy and business investors and then not taking away anything. He's still a self-made guy. But then now you talk to him like, look, work hard, work-life harmony. It's like, because the question was like, do you believe in work-life balance? Like, how do you do it? He's like, I believe in more of a harmony. If life's good at home, life's good at work. If life's good at work, life's good at home. And you're like, Mags, that's a line of shit.
I know, exactly. Which is not true.
And he teaches a class at Amazon on this, by the way. A segment of a class. And you imagine...
How is everybody in that class not like, go fuck
Well, that's
yourself.
what they're thinking. But would you don't say that Jeff walks in here, I'll be like, what's up, bro? Mags, fluff this bear. The guy's like, whoa! I'm here for the podcast, and I'm like, Magness, fluff this man.
And he's my favorite of those, the 9 billionaires, like the 9 tech billionaires. Bezos is probably my favorite.
Who's the other? How many other 9 that come to mind? You don't need to name all 9, but like just
you have like the 4 horses of the apocalypse, right? So like Google, Amazon, Apple, Microsoft, and Microsoft's not one of the 4 horses of the apocalypse. Facebook.
Did you hear, speaking of Apple, that they recently came out that they use Google's cloud servers for their backup for their... If I was an Apple user, you're an Apple guy?
No.
Oh, you're an Android boy.
Yeah.
I am too. I'm a Google guy. I've always said it. They charge for that service.
Yeah.
Google offers more and more and more for free ever. I mean, their Google Photos, I don't care who you are, you like them or hate them, it's awesome. It's just so easy. And free. That's the biggest part. To charge for the same service, I would be so out of there. That would piss me off.
Oh, yeah.
Because like
it's not even your service.
You're a tech innovator that's clearly piggybacking on... You're like everyone else.
Yeah, you just white labeled this thing.
Yeah, right. Like, I put my logo on it.
And it's the user interface you're paying for. That's a very expensive user interface.
It's an old interface too.
Yeah.
Come on, what's the last thing you got? Super emojis.
Right.
Come on. I don't know. I mean, don't get me wrong. Google just came out with Hangout Chat. I don't know if you follow any of this stuff, but it's like the argument to Slack or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's also like their 6th or 7th chat platform.
Yeah.
Hangout Chat, Duo, Allo, Hangout Meet, Wave is an older one, and then they have, I'm sure there's other ones I can't think of off the top of my head, but that's a pretty messed up ecosystem right there with a product I love. But iMessage, it's a messaging platform.
Yeah. Well, that's what happens when you just have the ability to throw good money after bad. There's like, just acquire it. Don't develop it, acquire it.
Well, that's the thing. They build it all, though. So, like, because a lot of the argument with this new chat feature, which is literally Slack. I mean, it is right there. Okay, not to say that Slack didn't come off of Google Wave. There's probably an argument there. But Google Wave was the first one, which was just like that hashtag, the @ the stuff.
Yeah.
And it was just a little too ahead of its time. It wasn't cool. It wasn't popular. It didn't fit some sort of niche to make people love it. So, here we're sitting now. It's like... They're coming back around, and they're just probably going to kill these competitors. I mean, why Slack?
Yeah.
But that whole mess is, I mean, like, you know, like the company you're working for now, it's sort of like that. It's like y'all use all these tools because it's required. Mm-hmm. You're in a tech world.
We have to, yeah.
You got to use Slack. You got to use SharePoint. You got to use Dropbox.
Yeah.
You got to use...
We look for best... You're just looking at that point for best of breed. Like, what's the best solution for blank? Yeah. And we're not really looking for somebody to say, like, I can do all of this. That actually kind of scares us. What do you do well? What do you do best? What do you do best in the industry?
And this is why I love talking to you about this, because for me, it's exact opposite. We're a smaller business. You know, we're lean. Leaner the better. And the more efficient we can be, the more it comes down to one or two decisions, the quicker we can go shoot off on it, right? So for us, it's just one ecosystem, you know, one thing. So
yeah.
It's cool. All right.
Do you think when somebody invented the touch tone phone that they, like, you know, that freaking pound sign had to be just an afterthought throw in? They're like, oh, we got to develop this thing to get through a fucking phone tree. That's bullshit. Who knew that'd be the most popular thing ever on the touch tone phone?
Some asshole rename it like, that's a pound sign. No.
It's a hashtag. Yeah, it's a hashtag. No, dick, it's a pound sign.
Like, what's your name? What's your number? Blah, blah, blah. Hashtag loser.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Pound sign. Fuck you.
Like, ever read about that guy with the inventor of the windshield wiper?
No.
It's a pretty, you know, monumental invention that's also sort of like that B-level invention. It ain't the phone. It's a sexy invention. Hey, I'm talking to you right now from somewhere else. Right. It's like, what do? I was like, see all that water on your window? Yeah. You're like, oh, that's kind of cool. When you make until you need it, and then you're like, this is so fucking convenient. You know?
When you make the invention that goes on the real image. Like the car changed the planet. It's like, the windshield wiper is very important, but it's no car.
So let me ask you a question. And I'm just making this question up right now. So I'm probably going to fuck this question up. Would you rather be the inventor of the windshield wiper? Okay, so the end of that story real quick is the guy made it, patented it, never could bring it to market, and didn't get credit, and they just took it. Right? So, it's a pretty major invention that you just don't... I can't think of the guy's name. Wouldn't that be the worst? For the rest of your life, you're chasing the windshield wiper. You never got paid from it. It's not like you're like, ooh, this is a windshield wiper with the other windshield wiper. This is a super windshield wiper. So it's like you're like the Shazam guy or the Scrub Daddy guy. Like, I mean, he's chasing Scrub Daddy for the rest of his life, but he's loaded. He made a hit. They've sold like $180 million of them.
There's like,
you know what I mean. So now there's much fuck you money.
There can only be few professions that would legitimately be worse than failed inventor. Like that's.
But
like,
you're not a failed. That's my question. Would you rather be a failed inventor always looking for the next invention, or would you rather be a holy grail inventor, which is that guy? He's a windshield wiper inventor who never got paid. Because you're never going to invent something else. There's a good chance nothing else will be as good as that.
I would get paid every day of the week.
But he didn't get that. My point is, he did. They just sort of said,
so what?
There wasn't the market yet, so they just waited him out.
No one's erecting monuments to the fucking windshield wiper guy. But I'm not going to get in my car tomorrow if arranged by, man, really thankful for that windshield wiper guy. I'm now going to think, what a fucking idiot. He was never able to take that to market. Like, there's no point in inventing things. That's not the there's a difference. There's a difference in, like, creating and inventing. I think they're like two separate categories.
Okay.
Like, if you're creating art, or if you're creating, like, if you're a parent and you're creating life, there's a difference in, like, creation.
You just put the artist with the, like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm going to go home tonight and craft a baby, Max.
Yeah, exactly. Right, exactly. You can do that.
He'll have brown hair, blue eyes.
You can do that. You can do that with genetic testing.
He'll be really in to triceps.
You can
and
do that with genetic testing now. I could go home and design a baby all I want.
I'm probably scared that it's actually coming pretty true.
Yeah, but if you like create something, if it's a passion project, there's a line between like creating and inventing. Like you only invent things to monetize.
I'm going off your painters. So have you seen Jim Carrey's painting?
No.
It's actually pretty good. But he's loaded. I mean, Jim Carrey's one of the wealthiest actors around still, right? Anytime he wants to go drop 20 mil, he just signs up for a project, right? He's at A-list, right? Well, now he looks, he pretty much just goes and paints. Like, he has a whole studio. It's pretty good. Google that. Like, look at it next week. It's actually pretty fascinating. There's a little mini YouTube documentary on it. I'll try to link it below. It's actually pretty cool. It's really well done. Okay. He gets to go do what he loves for fun. And that's what he likes to do. He likes to create. Right? Okay. But he's already rich. It's not what he's really good at. He's good at fucking comedy. Yeah. But he's also pretty good, so it's actually pretty cool to watch and click on that thing. Now, Picasso pretty much drove crazy by lack of success. Very jealous guy. Right? Not Picasso, excuse me. Picasso was very successful in his days. Van Gogh. He was pretty much driven crazy because he had talent, but he never did it. So he created his whole life. But at the end, after he was dead, he was the master, right? So my point is, who's more torn on this one? Like,
yeah, but no one takes a lasting impression from the windshield wiper. Like, you only invent things, and I think that's okay.
That's a good point.
Maybe that's the line I'm trying to make between like creation and
okay, the windshield wiper. You're right, but then I'll throw it right back at you with like the telephone. I mean, that changed the world.
It did change the world, but I still think that like you're an inventor to go into business. Like it did change the world, but it's not a thing of beauty. It didn't bring beauty into the world. It didn't bring light into the world. If anything, I can make a really solid case the telephone made the world potentially a worse place.
Worse?
Yes. Yeah.
We're literally podcasting
because
of the technology in the phone is allowing us to sit here and bullshit.
Because of Alexander Graham Bell.
About hot yoga.
Yeah, because of Alexander Graham Bell, I couldn't fucking work out this morning. Somebody's taking a selfie on their phone. Thanks, AGB.
Thanks, you motherfucker.
Yeah, hashtag suck it.
Okay, so I guess I'll bring that scenario I wrote with the painters into the phone.
But your question,
let me bend it a little bit. Same guy, different technology, different pad, which is the what's his AC motor, the AC current.
Nikola Tesla?
No, that's a DC current.
So then.
No. Direct current was Edison, and then AC was. So okay, those two guys. One brought the product to market, changed the world. You learned, at least you and I as a kid, learned that he was the biggest, best inventor of history, right? Mm-hmm. And then you have Tesla on the other side, who literally died poor man.
Yeah, it would suck to be.
I'm just saying. I mean,
that's my point exactly. Few,
but it's like infamy.
But it's just self-loathing is what it turns into.
It's not the same inventor, Graham Bell, and then. Sorry, I'll correct myself real quick.
Were you thinking about our boy Francisco Marconi?
I was awful.
Inventor of the radio? Huge Marconi fan.
I got him right now. And I was like, did I just talk about Edison and Graham Bell as the same person? It seems like that's going to happen in the next 100 years. People just remember it that way, but,
they'll be
very different people.
They'll be like, Musk? No, that was Gates. It's a good thing that those guys are all like, I heard Joe Rogan say this earlier today, and I was like, man, this is 100% true. It's a good thing those guys are all like leftist, techie, kind of humanitarian guys. Like,
imagine they were like,
because I got a big robber baron feel to like all those tech companies. Like, they were fucking Trump. Like, oh my god, we would be so screwed. Can you imagine if like.
You want satellites? Yeah. You're gonna pay for the satellites,
right?
Or like, say you were like Pinky in the Brain. Say you're the brain, and you really want like the end of the world, and you have the intelligence to do it, but you're like, oh, I made my millions in PayPal, and I'm building rockets to rain nukes.
Right. Yeah, I mean...
efficiently. I don't want them to launch too expensively. It'll fuck up my margin with my cronies.
And without like making a political statement, I will say, like, for those guys, because they have, they've got more wealth concentrated in one area than in any other time in human history. And, like, that's probably a time where no matter where you fall politically, I'd probably rather have hippies have that than Wall Street. Like, you imagine Gordon Gekko with all the data in the world? That is a terrifying thought. Like,
why'd you crush that company? Because it was wreckable!
Yeah, I could do that. Just did it.
Because it was there.
Yeah.
And they were just waiting to be taken over. And that's me!
I did it because this kid got into a private school I couldn't.
How bad was that second one?
Oh.
They were riding the Shia LaBeouf bandwagon that I never really... I guess I was on it enough. I liked him. I was like, oh, he was really good in Even Stevens. He seems like a sharp tack.
Well, they, like, I don't know. They tried to get into debt swaps and stuff without really explaining it. And then they bring Charlie Sheen back into the whole thing.
I mean, just for a cameo. What was his name? Bud Fox.
Bud Fox.
Pre-HIV.
Charlie Sheen has HIV? I know the whole Tiger Blood stuff, but I didn't... Lost in all that insanity, he has HIV?
Yeah.
Who do you think gave it to him?
I think he gave it himself.
Like he just shot it up in a needle?
Well, I mean...
That he's crazy enough that he's like, I'm immune. Tiger Blood.
I mean, it's right there around it, but I mean, supposedly he's been... I mean, I really don't know about this. I'm actually shocked.
I don't think so. Maybe I've heard it, and I just was like...
No, he came out there. Okay, so this is
probably, just in a way.
This is probably 8 months to a year old now, but he came out on like Ellen or something. You know, some sort of 2020 thing that he said, "Hey, I'm HIV positive," and like, cause, you know, this is what Charlie Sheen does. He looks all strung out all the time, and then he slicks back the hair, puts on the suit, and he's like, "Hey, I'm Charlie Sheen. Movie star."
Sex Pistol.
I mean, it's crazy because he just does it, right? So, you know, last time we saw him was a Tiger Blood, and even though that was hilarious and incredible moment of entertainment,
pop culture,
not
when he has HIV,
but he didn't look good. He didn't look good. Like, you know, when he was saying all that.
He had HIV.
But yeah, but then he's got HIV. He got diagnosed, came out, and he's just like, whatever. I've been banging porn stars, been doing drugs, got some gay accusations, some child pedophilia going on around me. Teflon Don. Who cares? Get HIV. I'm sorry. I'll collect my royalties for $2.5 million. You know this?
No, I didn't. I mean, I knew some of this stuff. I didn't follow that story because I think I didn't follow it as much because
who cares?
Yeah, but also because it became such a pop culture thing. Where everybody, there was a phase where...
You probably just thought, like, hey, he's a drug addict. He's
but there was a phase where everybody was, like, quoting Charlie Sheen.
I'm just surprised you missed that, like... I mean, I'm not even surprised we didn't talk about it. Because it's one of those things that was out there so obviously that you're like, I'm good. Hey, what's your opinion? Go read the comment section. I'm in there somewhere kind of thing. It was one of those things where it's just like, all right, it happened. And you're like, all right.
Well, maybe that's what it was. Like came out, I was like, Charlie Sheen has HIV. It's like, yeah, no
maybe
shit.
this sounds like you're like, finally.
Yeah, like who didn't see that?
Like, I mean, how hard can you party?
Yeah.
I mean that guy without getting.
It's like if Michael Jordan came out and said, I've got bad knees now. Well, like, you've been jumping your entire life.
Man,
that's
Charlie, you really don't know. Oh, how about this? I love Major Leagues. So, little backstory. Magness played college baseball, but I'm the one who, and I played college tennis, but I'm the one who quotes Major League all the time, which is sort of it's just a reverse role. It's funny. So he says all that shit. I'm HIV positive. You're like, God damn, Charlie. I don't know if I can still be your fan. Like, you're crazy. Then you're like, Ricky Vaughn. And you're like, God damn, he is the wild thing, isn't he?
He was, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're like, God, go watch that movie one more time. You're like, God damn, I love this movie.
He was
Dude,
awesome.
I'm like, I forgive you, no, I don't forgive you. That's bad. That's bad. That's wrong.
But I could also probably make an argument that Charlie Sheen's also never even played a movie character that I could say, that guy's going to get HIV. Rick Vaughn, if you're like, Rick Vaughn got HIV, like, yeah, that checks out. Bud Fox got HIV, checks out. Chopper Harley.
Chopper. I need a Chopper.
Is it Chopper Harley or Topper Harley?
It was Topper.
Topper Harley. Has HIV. That checks out. What else has he been in?
He's been in Ferris Bueller Days Off.
Checks out.
The Outsiders.
And yeah. Oh, yep.
Platoon.
Yep. You know he's banging Vietnamese ladies in the night.
No, he was their savior.
Yeah, there's not a movie that he's made. I would.
What's another good one? How about Wall Street?
Yes, Bud Fox. Definitely. If you came out and said...
So he came back. He tried to come due, apologize to his daddy, went and served his time.
Yeah. Boom.
Check out
no movie.
Wall Street 2.
No Charlie Sheen
I guess he's
character.
still from Wall Street 1.
No Charlie
what's
Sheen
another Charlie Sheen movie?
I'll pull it up.
You know, pull up the IDBM.
IMDb.
Is it IMDb?
Yeah, International Movie Database.
No shit.
Yep.
Learn something every day, Kid Magness.
Charlie Sheen filmography.
There's another one he's been in. I'm trying to think on the cusp here.
Platoon, Hot Shots, Wall Street, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Hot Shots Part 2, Red Dawn. That still checks out to me.
Well, technically, he's dead without HIV.
Oh,
if we're getting technical.
Fair.
Could there have been some mixing of blood in the gun shed?
Young Guns checks out.
He was a Wild Bill, right?
Yeah. Men at Work. Yep. Three Musketeers. 17th century France.
When was Three Musketeers?
Mm-hmm. The Disney one with it's also got the guy from 24 in it.
Kiefer Sutherland.
Yeah, is in it, and Chris O'Donnell is in it, and then Oliver Platt, who is Oliver Platt, who's like.
So who's your favorite?
Like,
who's your favorite B-level actor?
Not like the other.
Who's your favorite B-level actor?
Well, what do you consider B-level?
Whatever you think is B-level, unless your favorite B-level. I mean, I can't tell you your favorite B-level actor. Like mine. I don't even know his name. Mine's a dude from. It used to be Kevin Bacon, and then he sort of moved up a little bit. Then it was his co-star. That's C-level though, right? The guy from Tremors. You ever watch that movie?
I've seen it a little bit.
All right, so B-level to me, I guess I'll explain it.
My favorite, if I were using those
you probably can't think of his name, but you can describe the movie. That's usually a B-level.
No, I'd say mine is Ray Liotta.
That's a good one.
And I say that because I can't think of a movie. He's in 8 Men Out, which is great. But other than 8 Men Out, I can't really think of
Tom Sizemore now. How do you say that?
Ooh, that's good.
That's a good one. Even though I think he's a terrible human being, evidently a bunch of accusations came out that he's not so nice.
No.
But I'm taking all that political bullshit aside for a minute, talking about the movies. What's the last movie you saw Ray Liotta on, by the way?
It came on...
Smoking Aces is what I remember.
Oh, yeah. Smoking Aces. That's probably the last thing I saw in the theater. I did see on like a Sunday afternoon movie. There's a movie where he... he like is wrongfully accused and sent to an island of prisoners.
That's Shutter Island?
No.
He's not in that one. That's Leo, but I thought he was in it too.
No, this is a different story. I'll have to.
He's a weird one. It's like he picked really bad roles outside those mob roles for like Goodfellas and I can't think of another good one he's in.
He's in Goodfellas.
He's in Departed too, right?
He makes great baseball choices because he's in Field of Dreams.
Where do you stand on Kevin Costner?
Oh, I love Kevin Costner. I played college baseball. Kevin Costner is the best, is the greatest baseball actor of all time.
Yeah, I heard you say that. I still think it's Wesley Snipes.
Man, he does have a lot of bad movies. Like, there's some okay ones.
And for everyone who missed that reference there, click on the link right there. And you can hear me talk about how Wesley Snipes pretty much took over the 90s, and then I just kind of claimed the 80s too. If he didn't go to jail for tax evasion, Wesley Snipes would have made it happen. Academy Award winner.
You gotta pay your taxes, Wesley. You know what? I did want to circle back to you talking about Elon Musk and SpaceX, which is really cool. What got me was when I was kind of reading a little thing you sent over to me, and I was like, "Oh, this is going to Mars.
Yeah.
Like, this is real deal." But don't get too used to it, because now, with the price of jet fuel, SpaceX will never be coming to Georgia.
I know what you're going with this.
Because that could buy a jet fuel tax. That's gone.
How do you feel about that? Okay, I assume you're talking about the Delta stuff, right?
Yeah, and Casey Cagle's tweet about
which is the lieutenant governor of Georgia. That, I guess I'll go ahead and tell you my piece on it. Fuck that guy.
Yeah,
and not for pandering to his base, he's a politician. That happens. I get that. Fuck Delta 2 a little bit on this one. I'm really in a neutral spot here. Let's lay the groundwork real quick. So we had those terrible gun violence stuff that happened with the active shooter stuff, and what was the last one? The one in Dade County. That, horrific, right? So the biggest thing that came from all that is the biggest thing is the terrible tragedy, but
the biggest thing relevant to what we're talking about, and outcome.
We're trying to be sensible in this one, yeah. So the nature of how everyone's searching through Google Trends, let's just put it that way real quick, which is, if you know Google Trends, it talks about what people are searching for, right? Mm-hmm. So 2 years ago, it was gun control versus gun shops, like searching for guns, looking for some controls. It was overwhelmingly across the country gun shops. Mm-hmm. Now gun control has taken over overwhelmingly. It's been a very big drastic change, so that's been thrown up there. So Delta, who was saying that they didn't want to be political, dropped their NRA
discounts.
Yeah, the discounts, right? No big deal, because you can be either way on that. That's not the point of this conversation. They had 13 people last year use that discount.
That's what I think's bananas about this whole thing.
Bananas!
13 people used the
service. And let's do the stereotypes here real quick. Typically it's Republicans, NRA, right? Mm-hmm. And then it's Democrats, Planned Parenthood. Obviously there's a lot of cross. Some people believe in Second Amendment. Yeah. Some people believe in birth control. Some people don't believe in abortion, blah, blah, blah. It goes on and on. You can't say that. You're talking out of two sides of your mouth, Delta. That's ridiculous. Okay, now this lieutenant governor's pandering to the NRA because that's his base, and Georgia's a red state still, so it makes sense that with those stereotypes. So this is what pisses me off. Everyone loses. Delta loses out on $40 million for 13 bullshit things and claiming they're not being political. And saying blanket statements like, we're looking at all our affiliations with rewards programs. Well,
this just so happened to be the first one.
But you can't keep the other one, obviously.
Yeah.
So they're clearly playing the politics, and they want to look good at their PR strategy. It's a shitty PR move. So whoever that guy was, fire that motherfucker. It just cost you $40 million. And then the lieutenant governor's grandstanding. And you're a lieutenant fucking governor. Can we... Okay. Hashtag... What's his name again? I always forget it.
Casey Cagle?
Hashtag get Casey Cagle out.
That's it.
And it ain't for the reasons of the NRA. The NRA. It's the reasons of, that's bullshit. You're costing your fucking city major contracts with your biggest state provider or your biggest job provider in the fucking city. Probably the state. Outside, probably the state. That's fair. That's close.
Commercial entity.
Okay.
You may have Home Depot.
Delta brings you far more than fucking Cagle.
Yeah, because it brings the...
Fuck you, Cagle. Fuck you a little bit, Delta, but I love you, Delta. You're a good company, and you're solid, and you treat everyone pretty good. Lower your rates a little bit. But other than that, you're pretty good. I fly Delta, man. I'm a Delta guy.
I
just can't get behind this one. I'm just kind of looking and be like, what are y'all thinking?
I would fly SpaceX, but now they're never coming to Atlanta.
That's Virgin Galactic.
Yeah.
Is what you're thinking.
Yeah.
No, I know what you mean, but Virgin Galactic is the one that's going to ship out of here.
And that guy also kind of looks like a Bond villain. Richard Branson. He also looks like a Bond villain.
You're Shark Tank guy? You watch that?
No, not really. But
I say on this one.
But I think that Casey Cagle is a terrible name. Like, it's like you're the cross between.
You know?
Okay.
I got you.
You're the cross between a '90s radio show host and an exercise to keep your pelvic floor tightened. Like, and he looks like that. He looks like the cross between Casey Kasem and a Cagle exercise. Like a human radio show host exercise to keep your.
There's nothing worse than when. Okay, so maybe he. Obviously, he sort of pointed out the pretty. What's the best way to say it? He obviously pointed out that Delta was talking out of both sides of their mouth. First off, I'm not sure how his link.
But he didn't do that at all.
But they are.
But he didn't point that out. He did not point out Delta's hypocrisy. That's not what he said.
But he did, obviously indirectly. That guy ain't that smart. But the whole point was that they're talking about political stuff. What's the biggest thing going on right now for Atlanta that we want? I mean, it's obvious. What's the biggest thing going on?
Amazon HQ2.
It's just, yeah. Obviously, right?
Yeah.
So
just take the proposal and light it on fire.
I don't know yet.
Well, you don't see what the impact is, but like in the middle,
you gotta see the fallout. Right now, it doesn't look good.
In the middle of lobbying, and here's what I can't stand about the whole thing. On his side, is it's such a clear move to be the governor. Like he's running for governor.
Positivity usually gets you that role,
and it's like. It's such a clear move to pander to a red state base that, as a political positioning, that he'd rather make that short-term pandering than be concerned about the long-term
but you know
impact
his now
of the state. And that's the thing that sucks.
That's why you hate politics.
Yeah. I mean that's
why I hate I love politics. That's why I hate politics.
And that's what really fires me up about the whole thing. And you're aiming for a position where your sole job, you're the one guy in the state, the head honcho in the state, who should wake up in the morning thinking, how do we make the state better? And you should go to bed every night thinking, how do we make the state better?
And you're better with Delta. Now, granted, to Delta, I said some negative things about Delta. Let me give a positive out there. They kind of came back. I mean, we love being in Atlanta. Atlanta's our home. They doubled down on Atlanta.
See, I really appreciated that.
I mean, don't you? Don't I? What's his name? Ed Bastian, the CEO of Delta Airlines?
Which is in an era, and here's why I appreciate that.
Because they could have easily been like, it's fuck you.
Yeah, living in Atlanta, where Delta is like heavily connected to our community, provides a ton of jobs. It's part of what we do. It's part of Atlanta. That they kind of said like, forget this guy. We're going to do the right thing. We're going to affirm that Atlanta's home. What I appreciate about that is because that's so not 2018. Where you fall on the political spectrum.
But your infrastructure is there.
You pull.
Don't go too crazy for them.
You pull, but in an era where people pull out of stuff like that all the time.
Sure.
Just because of the way the wind blows culturally.
Sure.
And the way it may be blowing in the culture in the state.
I'm with you on this.
But so I appreciate them doubling down. But what an asshat to put the billions and billions and billions of dollars at stake just to pander to a base.
It's just pandering. I mean, that's the best. You said it perfectly. I'm pandering right now. Define it. It's literally what you're doing. Because what should you be focused on? Anyone who's informed on the matter here, if you're looking for the welfare of Atlanta, it's, can we fix some traffic?
Yeah.
Probably one, because it sucks. The second one would be like, we love Delta Airlines. That's just a saying. Like, we fly Delta. Go fly into Hartsfield. It's what it says. And the third one is, we got a shot of this Amazon thing. We got a shot. There's 20 cities left. We got a shot at this one.
And we're in one of the top 5. We're in one of the top 5 freeways.
We make a lot of sense for that. You could argue you're in the top 3 on this one. It makes a lot of sense with Georgia Tech being there.
Yeah. And there's a lot that would say they're in the top 2. I mean,
it's right there. If Bezos didn't own the fucking Post, I would say we're 1.
Right.
But I still think DC's an area, even though I can't imagine their traffic system. Personally. That's different with that added on there. Because, it's like 50,000 jobs. It's not like 5,000 jobs. It's a big thing.
50,000.
That's what I'm saying. It's
I mean, that's crazy.
I mean, that's crazy.
It's
the commerce alone.
That you as a government official of our state, or any state.
That's the kind of stuff that changes your transit system. You're like, hey,
right.
Guys, I bought a chunk of land north of Atlanta, and I'm going to need you to run your state-run transit system to my front door, and I'm going to call it the Amazon Rail. Mm-hmm. And you say, thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Can I have another?
But the thing is like, this happened while Bezos and company are in Denver. They're in Denver talking to what is maybe like socially one of maybe the top 2 progressive states in the country. The state that's the state that has legalized weed.
You think he's going to go? You think their CEO is going to go over his political views? And clearly, he's more of a left guy, which is more Atlanta, by the way. Everyone thinks Georgia is a very, very red state. It ain't as red as it used to be. 1, and B, the city of Atlanta, and the inside what we call the perimeter, which is the core of Atlanta, the city, is very blue. It's very, very, very blue. It's as blue as any other major city in the world.
But if I'm Jeff Bezos and I own the Post, or I can go to Denver, where
what's your strategic?
Where all of my employees will feel fine. Why would I deal with this dickhead? Actually, I'll prove a point. I would go back to Twitter and be like, you just cost your state.
So what's the hashtag?
HQ2. Now you'll never get elected.
So what's your
pound
hashtag?
Sign. Casey will never be elected because HQ2 is not coming there because of his tweet.
I can't stand it. It's so much pandering. It's so short-sighted. Fuck that guy. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Fuck off. I can't stand
it. You sexual exercise of a last name. All right, that's all I got. Thank you for letting me get some stuff off my chest.
I feel good too, man.
I feel like I was able to really.
I think when I start doing my gym.
This episode was cathartic.
But when I start doing my gym selfies, I'll think of you. I'm still gonna do them, and don't ask me to get out of the way. But I'll think about you and be like, it really bothers him.
That is really creepy. That's about as creepy as the old guys in the locker room. But
we have a future to look forward to.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening. Drue, another great
cheers.
time. Cheers.
Cheers.
Have a great week, guys.
Thanks, guys.